Good morning. This is a 2017 Cadillac xt5. Based off the door, it says it's 2016. It's 12 of 2015, but when you scan the VIN, it does come up with a 2017 xt5 Platinum. This has the V6. It is a 3.6 liter. We're doing camshaft position sensors. Based off of what the local parts store says, there's only two. But I know for an absolute fact that there's four, because there's one here, and then two back there in the same orientation. So I ordered four of them. The part numbers for these are CMDL1886. So far, I've not disconnected the battery. I don't want to disconnect the battery and then have to relearn everything. I would rather just relearn the camshaft position sensors. Getting these off, you need a pick and a 10mm and some patience, which I don't really have anymore. Come on, I need you to get out of there. Okay, this is going to take two hands. I need one hand to hold up on it and then the other one to pick on the opposite side. So I'll pull up here with the pick and then pull up on the other side where the plug actually is here with my hand, and I'll do the same thing for the others. Alright, I had to move off to a hose pick, but this is the sensor that come out, and this is the sensor that's going in. They're exactly the same. Sorry, let me rephrase that. They look exactly the same. They're not exactly the same because this is obviously GM, even though there's no name on it. And this is Durasmash. Now going back in, you probably should take a little bit of oil. So we're going to take this oil off of here and put it on the O-ring. Just a dab will do you. And we'll go down here, oriented into the right orientation. Rotate it as you're pushing down. And there's one sensor in. The rest of them are rinse and repeat. It's a little warm out here. It's hard to catch the breath. The back ones are going to be a little bit more troublesome, although they're right there in front of your face. So I'm going to go ahead and finish these up, and then we're going to move on to the intake gasket and valve cover gaskets, because we got a leaky up here in the front. You probably can't see that, but down there on that exhaust manifold, it's black. So we're going to keep on keeping on here and get this intake off of here after changing these sensors, and then put up some valve cover gaskets on. Alright, all four sensors are officially in. The very back one is a little meticulous to get to, but it can be done without having to remove anything. Just fold over this heat shield or vibration damper, or whatever this is called, and you can gain access to this front bolt, this one for this sensor here, the intake. And then the back one, you go back behind the plug on, I would assume that's probably the VVT solenoid, with a deep 10mm and electric ratchet or manual ratchet, whichever one you have on hand. Electric's much easier, and they're getting pretty cheap to get. I got this one for like $65 on TikTok Shop. And of course, they sent it from Amazon, so I would assume that you can get that same thing off of Scamazon and then be able to do these jobs a lot easier. I have two other electric ratchets in there, but they're not as easy to handle. They're Milwaukee, but my quarter drive, the gear head's messed up, and the 3/8 drive has the big massive head on it, so I don't use that. Now we're moving off to the intake to be able to get this off and change the valve cover gaskets. You got to remove everything off of it pretty much, except for like the actual sensors. You don't have to take those off. You got to remove the wiring harness themselves. So we're going to get to that now, starting off with a 10 right here. You'll be able to watch this in another video that's up on my YouTube.